Chat. Testing 1, 2, 3. Chat. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, we should be live here in a second. Let me just make sure we're good. Yeah, it looks like we are live. Yep. Okay, cool. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another stream. It's been a little bit, but I'm trying to get it on the schedule here. We're trying to get on the schedule, and I will have one at some point. We're back with more Mass Effect. I'm looking to add some more games to what I'm playing. I was thinking about doing like a kind of like a first time playthrough of what's the game called? It's a Bethesda game. It's the Oblivion remaster. It's on Game Pass. So I was thinking about playing that and a couple other games. So if anyone here watching, the type of games I like to tend to talk about or play in this on the channel is like, story style type games. So anything that's in that realm. But anyways, let's get on topic for today. And we're playing Mass Effect. I do have some topics on my head. So if you see me referring to my notes, that's why I'm looking over there. But let's go ahead and get into this gaming view. All right, cool. If anything is too loud or anything like that, if anyone happens to hop in, feel free to let me know. Let me pull it up on my phone too, so I can more easily respond. If anyone hops in the chat, some things going here. We'll be rocking and rolling here in a second. All right. So yeah, we are here at part 6. I think the last time we were on, we had just picked up the heir to Sony. So let me see, what can we do now? This is one of the things that I really like about Mass Effect is that you can, and it's not unique to Mass Effect, but I like that you can do this in games where you have like, there's a linear story, but the story isn't, you don't have to play it in like a particular linear way. Like you have to complete these missions, but you can do them in different orders. And I like that because it almost gives you like an open world type of feeling without the game being open world in a way. Let's see. So we got Noveria Geth interest. Council has received interest in corporate research. Oh yeah, that mission. Pharaohs to Geth have attacked the world of Pharaohs. So kind of investigates what Saren is after. All right, where do I want to hit first? Noveria. I guess we can do that one. I think Noveria is probably my least favorite of all the missions. I just don't like that planet. Oh man, let's see. Oh, actually, I do want to. Cause let me see something. I want to go ahead and get my. I'm already a commando, so never mind. I don't really need to do that. There's a mission you do, and it gives you like your specialty, but because I'm playing New Game Plus character, I think it's already done. Let me actually go ahead and. I think I've been on hardcore. I've been meaning to switch this to insanity. We'll see how it goes. All right. I don't know which mission I really don't feel like doing either one of these missions. Neither one of these missions are. Let's think about this. Let's do Pharaohs. We'll do Pharaohs, and then we'll have her fate. Then we'll have the other one. We'll do the other one after the fact. Or do we want to do Noveria? This would be great to have people in the chat. The council has received reports of Geth interest in the corporate research colony of Noveria. I'm trying to think, because I'm thinking from a gameplay standpoint and like thinking about things you can do. I have a lot of side missions. I haven't done any of these side missions. Citadel, the Fan. I guess we could do some side missions too. Missing Marines. Admiral Kahoku has that. Oh yeah, we got that. As we start getting into all the Cerberus stuff. Mendinger, that's you defines, but yeah, we got that. UNC survey team. Let's do the. I want to do the rope. I want to do this one. Let's just go ahead and do that. Wait, hold on. I need to go back. That's the only thing. You can't track stuff. I guess that's actually cool because you can't be lazy. Soul system. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Zoom out. Because yeah, normally I would have done a lot of the side stuff by now. Maybe I will just focus. I think for the stream I might focus on main missions and do the other ones off screen or something like that. I can hit Novaria. And then Pharaohs. Let's just do Pharaohs. Let's just do it. I know I always think about in terms of like how I feel like playing and like what to play through. I feel like this is probably one of the most imperfect
message coming in.
Playthroughs I've done in a while.
Through.
Oh, what's this message?
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius. I have a job for you. I can't say anymore in an unsecured communication. If you're interested in hearing my offer, meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in the Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
I thought it might be a bit loud. Let me lower my game volume a little bit. I think what I'm gonna do is have another stream. Like I'll do another stream where we're just chilling and I'll be hitting like those side missions. But let's go ahead and hop on Pharaohs. Oh, actually, let me scan some planets first. Okay. Yeah. This is the one thing, as much replayability as Mass Effect has, one of the issues that I think I run into is some of these missions are so clunky and janky in the first one that it's like, it almost makes me not want to play, but there's so much value in going back to the first game before hopping directly into the second one. They did come out with a little like comic strip thing that like if you play it before Mass Effect 2, that it'll like you can basically make all the decisions for Mass Effect 1 that you didn't have. But there's so many other little things that you kind of miss out on. Mass Effect 2, I never really have a problem. I think it's because the gameplay is a lot more enjoyable for me. Like, I know that one of the things people really like about Mass Effect 1 is that it's the most it's out of all the Mass Effect games, it's the closest to being like a RPG in that sense, like an actual RPG. But my thing is having to do the like gunplay and stuff like that. It gets a little weird for me anyway. And we'll see how it goes. I'm still trying to decide what the best, like in the first game, what the best class is. Because like right now I'm playing as a soldier, and I'm gonna start trying to really pay more attention to like making sure I got levels right, I got the right guns, right loadout, and all that stuff. Just because I've played it so many times, I'm always playing for story just to kind of get through. But I never really focus on like making sure that I'm like allocating things properly. Yeah, I think now thinking about the missions, Pharaohs is probably my least favorite. Novaria is a little, once you get to the base or whatever that's got overrun by the Geth, it gets like creepy. So it's kind of like that little like creepy, every game has that little like creepy horror vibe, thriller vibe to it. Not every game, but a lot of games do. But I would say Novaria has a lot of other aspects that I like before you get to like the main parts of it, where it's like a lot of let me talk to some people because I haven't been doing any of that. it has like a lot of um like there's like a you talk to a lot of different people before the game. Like it is this whole thing where you gotta like deal with corporate, corporate people doing illegal stuff, and you're helping somebody do some undercover work, things like that. That I kind of like that stuff in video games. All right, let's start at Caden first.
Anything you need, Commander?
Looking for personal input.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Is this an official evaluation, Commander? Or off the
I forget how it's funny how he said official evaluation in the first game. It's so like militaristic. But when you get to the second game, nobody care about. Which makes sense though if you think about how the second game goes. Like nobody cares about because you're not even really technically, in the military anymore at that point. Alliance.
Alenko, when it's just you and me, you can consider it off the record.
That's a generous attitude. Okay. I think there's something wrong with all this. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council?
Just checking
Sorry,
the
Commander.
audio,
There's
make sure
writing
it's
on the
good.
wall here, but someone isn't reading.
There's writing on the wall. I hear you, man.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. Sorry.
I wonder if
protocol wasn't a big focus
anyone ever
back
thought
in
about the
Bible.
fact that because of how chill the council is, that they may have been indoctrinated, or at very least affected, because they are on the Citadel, which we find out later is actually something that the Reapers have some type of control over. So I'm wondering if they lure the advanced species there to try to help push forward civilization for the next harvesting. So I'm wondering if, I don't know if anyone's ever talked about this in terms of theories and things, but I wonder if there's a theory out there that talks about maybe the council was being indoctrinated or at least affected because of being on the Citadel. There's almost like this lull on people that it's like very like, oh yeah, nothing's wrong, because they were very much like anti even considering any. I understand that can sound weird, but I guess that's kind of realistic though. But it's like, nope, that's too weird. That can't happen.
tell me about it.
Biotic
Oh,
acclimation and temperance.
I didn't really finally listen to your whole backstory.
Sorry, Haldan is unkind. We were.
Yeah, we
there
know.
are worse
Basically,
results of accidental
you were the
exposure to
first.
Zero in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
You were early.
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
Humans experimented
My
on
mother was
terms of
downwind
becoming
of a transport
biotics.
crash.
Horrible
It was before
military
there were
camp.
human biotics.
Yada yada yada.
Until after
Not
the
trying to brush
discovery
over
of
it, but
ruins.
you know.
It only gets iffy. Bunch of guys in the
Okay,
suit
we're
show
gonna
up at
move
your
on.
door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Sounds rough. Oh Lord.
Jump Zero is a long way from home.
The grand gateway to humanity. But that's my own baggage, Commander. No bearing on this.
Alenko, there's no regulation that says you can't be friends with your
I
roommate.
appreciate that, Commander.
I just don't think that
don't
I'm
want you
a
to think that I'm
I'm a whiner. I don't remember him
I've got
saying
my
that's
past
funny.
squared away.
I got my pass squared away. Caden gets a lot of flack, I think, in the fan base. But he is kind of an interesting character. In terms of like what he's been through. So it would have been, in fairness, I barely ever save Caden. So but in Mass Effect 2 and 3, it's rare that I have Caden. Because I typically save Ashley. But whenever I've played as a female, whenever I played as FemShep, if I play as FemShep, I would tend to in the first game. You really only have a couple options anyway. You have, well, I guess it's that way anyway. In this game, you really can only romance either Liara or one of the human crew members. They weren't that adventurous in this game, I guess. Well, I haven't talked to Garrus at all.
Commander, nice work out there. I knew working with a Spectre would be better than life at
You
CSAC.
knew?
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like.
I know they're like,
Spectres make their own rules.
you're
free
free
to
to
handle
handle things
things
your way.
At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on
I
your
might
back.
do since we're still early on in our streaming career here, I may make a pivot and switch over to a different Shepard. We'll see. I might go ahead and finish this out, but I wanted to carry this into Mass Effect 2. But I might end up, I don't know, I might go ahead and finish it out. Because I want to do something different. I want to play something different than I've played, and I also want to go Renegade. I'm just feeling a little, you know.
For the most part, the rules are there.
Maybe. If I'm trying to...
But CSEC wants it done their way.
That was your
Protocol and
reason?
procedure come first. That's
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out.
Shepard
bad.
be on,
As I rose
he
in
be on
ranks, I got
Garrus.
saddled with more and more red. CSEC's handling of Saren was
It's a tough decision.
I hope you made the right
Well, that's
choice.
But yeah, I always
Without
feel like whenever I
CSEC
play Mass
headquarters
Effect 1,
looking
I'm
over my
always ready to get to
shoulder,
Mass
I
Effect
can
2.
get the job done my way for a change.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We
But
get
it
the
makes
job
sense for
done
my,
right, not
this
bad.
Shepard, he's like,
Got
you
it.
know,
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
you like, you know, you can kind of like gear him to be more light side, but it pretty much goes down the drain because he don't care.
Commander, you have a minute to talk.
Of course.
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the
Oh, we're
Normandy,
still on this?
but,
That's right. I haven't talked to nobody,
I'm
so.
concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
We're not Alliance anymore. I'm a Spectre, so.
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most
I always
advanced
turn to
ship in the
lean.
Alliance
It
Navy.
depends. Like,
I don't think we should
I
give
would have
them free
loved for there
rein
to be
poke around the
more
Alliance systems.
opportunity
Engines,
to build
sensors,
on.
weapons.
Like, if they had okay, this is what I would think. All right, so I can actually hop into. I'm gonna just hop into what I think would be cool for Mass Effect 5 because I was going to talk about that. I would say a Mass Effect game. I'm gonna say like this would have been cool. They did it in this game. So I don't know that they could even do it in Mass Effect 5, but let's just loosely just kind of play around with it because I know that we're still. I'm pretty sure we're still playing as. I think they said that we're still playing as human. I don't think we're playing as other races. Either way, it'd be cool if they add factions into Mass Effect. That's something that they do, and that's one thing that I love about Dragon Age because you have like factions you belong to, and like that will play a role in the storyline. And it would be like, you know, you are a Templar or something, or you're a Grey Warden, like in the first one, and then even in Velgard. But like, it would play into. They do that with this game where like your backstory does come into play, but I think it would have been cool if that had been factions and you can like build up like alliances with those factions. That's something that's not really there in Mass Effect, and you know Mass Effect kind of hasn't been that type of game, but you know moving away from being Shepard's story anyway. In Mass Effect 5, I'm assuming it's moving away from being Shepard's story. I think that would be cool. All that to say, I think that if they added some type of faction system into Mass Effect, that's something that would be really cool because, for example, how I would like for it to play out in Mass Effect 1 would be but you can build up alliance, like faction points. You can build up Citadel, like Council, race, probably Citadel, like Spectre, like the Spectres and the Citadel would be a faction. So you can basically build up like points to who you work with the most, and that will kind of affect your relationship with those people and how they interact with you. So when you get in like interactions with Admiral Hackett and he's asking you for your help in all these missions, that would go toward points to help. Is my computer? I just realized my computer. Oh no, but you can't see it in my screen. Okay, I'm looking at anyways. That will go to helping you build points for the alliance, essentially. But if you get like you do stuff for the council, they ask you for help, and as a Spectre, you know you build points to that system, and then you get some type of benefits from that. I think that would be cool, and then maybe when you lean toward more than the other, you get like story things could be like something's happening, this side needs help and this side needs help, you gotta pick one side over the other type thing, you know. that's not that huge, and they kind of do stuff like that a little bit, but I feel like they could go deeper with it. So that's something I would like to see, that they kind of do in Dragon Age, the Veilguard. I haven't beat that game yet. I've been playing it, but like so for example, there's one part in the game where you have to make a decision to help one of your companions, like either go to their city and help save their city, or another companion's city and go help them, like you're fighting the blight and all that stuff. So my rook happens to belong to the same faction as one of the other characters and came from the same city as one of the characters. So they helped that person, but also for my character, it was personal because that was the city that they came from, and we didn't go help the other person in their city. And then you kind of see like now that person's not right now in my and right now they're not in my party, and they're like dealing with what happened, the fallout of what happened to their city because I wasn't able to go and help them. So that's something I would like to see in Mass Effect. I know that the problem with kind of a problem with Mass Effect, the way the original trilogy was, it was so focused on Shepard dealing with the Reapers. But if they wanted to kind of open it up a little bit more, I think that would have been kind of cool. And I guess, does Mass Effect Andromeda do that? I don't really think that there's factions. I could be wrong, so someone can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But I don't really think that they had like factions like that in Mass Effect Andromeda. But yeah, that's just one of the things I think would be cool. Something else. Let's see what happened with some other. That wasn't even a no. I just thought about that one. But yeah, I just thought that would have been cool because it's like I would sometimes say, all right, I'm definitely playing this more toward. Oh, and then like in Mass Effect 2, so like Cerberus, like they really, this game was so linear, which is not a problem, but it's like Shepard can only be but so evil in the game, or so like, it would have been cool if Shepard could have been Cerberus. Like he could have really bought in, he or she could have bought in to Cerberus and been on board with Cerberus, and then it not have been that Cerberus went straight evil, like in terms of working for the Reapers. Like the elusive man is like now like, oh, I want you to control the Reapers, and it's like, okay, well, you're just too crazy. Like I think that would have been cool, stuff like that. Like you can actually build allegiances to each side, but basically you're kind of like always a part of the alliance, whether you want to be or not. I think there's in Mass Effect 2 there is a point where Discord just started going off. Let me mute this. At Mass Effect 2 there is a point where you can the council like says we'll give you your Spectre status back, and I guess you can kind of say nope, I don't want it. I always take it back because I'm like, it doesn't hurt to have it.
Sure I'd call the council
But,
races allies.
I just thought that would be cool.
Humanity, have to learn to rely on
We,
ourselves.
humanity, have to rely on ourselves. Which would be fine. Y'all totally could, but you also want to be, the problem is humanity also wants to be a part of everything. So,
Standing up for ourselves doesn't mean standing alone.
But yeah, so in Mass Effect, well, let me let this
Turn
conversation
allies.
play out before I
just
start talking
think
about the
we
rest of
shouldn't
it.
bet everything on them staying allies. As noble as the council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
But one of the other things I thought would be cool for, let me swap it up to here. Through Switch. One of the things I thought would be cool for Mass Effect 5 is the kind of like the open world aspect, which I think I saw something that said that they are, but I am hoping that they move away from the open world aspect that he had in Mass Effect Andromeda, and that you saw come up into Dragon Age for Inquisition. I think BioWare does better with a story that's like is following a specific storyline. I think that's like their strong suit. So if they focus on a game that has a clear storyline, but then also kind of gives you like this linear open world where, like in this game, it's linear, but the story is linear, but you can kind of do the story in different orders. Like you can hit some of the missions in different orders and the story gets unveiled, as you go. But there's like the main story beats that kind of always hit. Like I like how they play that out in honestly all the Mass Effect games. And I think that's a cool way of doing it. So this game's a little bit more open than Mass Effect 2. And then Mass Effect 3 is a little bit more open. But I think that Mass Effect 1 has a good, in terms of like exploration, that's another thing I would love for them to bring back into Mass Effect 5. I kind of think we lose that in Mass Effect 2 and 3 is exploration, like when you can land on a planet and explore it. But it doesn't have to be open world. It can just be an area that you kind of have, you know, somewhat of a sandbox. But I'm not asking for it as complete open world with random quests scattered. We don't need all that. You know, it can be a self-contained story, but then have like a little bit of, you know, basically you can explore around and gain resources that will help you in the game. I think that would be pretty cool. So it's like not mandatory, but you can do it if you want to. As no as the council members seem now, if their backs, they'll abandon us. How cynical.
You've got a pessimistic view of the universe, Williams.
A pessimist is what an optimist calls a realist. Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human.
That was a
It's
horrible
not
explanation.
racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more
I don't think all people agree with you, by the way. Actually, there's people who would save their dog. We're going to really dig into this.
These seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you
We
think
know
My
her
family's
family had
defended
this
the Alliance since it
issue
was
because her
founded.
grandfather.
My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked... I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
All right. I can see where your concerns
All
are.
right, that's enough of this. That was
But
funny.
this is a multilateral mission. You're going to have to work with aliens.
That's the
Like it or
thing
not.
too. Shepard is
won't
such
be
a
a problem,
like
Commander.
could be a politician.
You
Like
say
in terms of
jump,
he's
I say
like,
how high.
or
Tell
she
me to
is
kiss
like
a
very
Turian,
like.
I'll ask which cheek.
You said, John, you tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek. What about me? No, I don't think we're gonna go that direction. Should we do it? I don't think I'm going to. I guess I could. All right, we'll see.
I don't think kissing Turians will be necessary.
You never know, Commander.
All right, he's gonna be professional for now.
We'll talk later, Williams.
And then I think I have like a
Looking
little
forward
character.
to it.
Maybe I can have a character shift for him in Mass Effect 2, where after the events of Mass Effect 1, he
Shepard,
just goes dark.
What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
He's like, I tried being
There's no
nice. I gotta go.
story.
He gonna be like Garrus.
Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogan lived for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
Of course it is.
It seems pretty much the same to
So
me.
your people were an infection that makes... And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand. But don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation.
Your ignorance doesn't... As for the Krogan, the genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
All right. Dun, 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 dun.
So long, Rex.
All right, let's see. Got him. Let's go ahead and talk to Tally. Man, the Quarians is another race I would love to see more of Mass Effect 5. Because they just have a... I don't know. I feel like we don't get to see enough of them. But we get a lot of them in Mass Effect 2 for sure. It's going to be tough, though, because you're not going to know, like, I guess, at what point they are...
I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful.
Did they survive in Mass Effect 3?
I had
Did
no
they get
idea
nearly wiped
Alliance
out?
vessels were
You
so
know.
advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype.
A
Cutting
month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the
Yeah,
flotilla.
let me explain.
Now,
Answer this real
I'm
quick.
sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
Okay. Sorry about that. All right. You're into ships.
I had no idea you found ship tech.
It
Tali's
comes
is
with
dope
being
too.
a Quarian.
She's a dope
The
character.
migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment.
But yeah,
We just
I think
try
that's
to
kind of
keep
like,
them
you
running
know,
for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger
some of the
vessels
things
date
like,
all
well,
the
for
way
Mass
back
Effect
to
5,
our
I think
original
that would
flight
make a
from
good,
I can't believe
that would make a
We've tried
good,
to make ourselves
you
as
know, a good
independent
game
as
for me
possible
anyway.
on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and
As
process
much as I
our own
love
fuel.
Shepard, I think it might be time to move
But
on.
some
Because I
things we
always
just
said,
can't
like,
make on
I
our
don't know
own.
that Mass Effect
A
works
patch
without
to
Shepard.
maintain the hull
And
integrity.
it still might
Raw
not.
materials
We don't
just
know.
don't have.
Because,
That's
you
why
know, a
our
lot of people
privileges
didn't.
are so
Some
important.
people like Andromeda, but like, I don't think Andromeda's. I don't think anyone would say. Well, someone may say it. I know that there's not a lot of. There are a strong
Commander,
amount of
you know that
people who
Quarry
say
in
that they
Tally?
don't.
She's been spending all her time
They
down
don't
here
like
asking me
Mass
about
Effect
our
Andromeda. I'll
power
put it
leader
like
a lot.
that. Or it's not
What?
the. I say it's
No,
not the
she's
strongest.
amazing.
I actually
I wish
didn't
my guys
dislike
were half
Mass
as
Effect
smart
Andromeda
as
when I
she
played it.
Give her a month
I was
on board,
fine
she'll
with
know
it.
more about our engines than I do.
I just didn't
She's
think
got a
it
real
was
knack for
necessarily
technology,
the
though.
best one.
I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for talent, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
We'll do
Carry
personal
on,
questions
Aye, aye,
later. I keep talking. Hopefully that while they're talking, I don't know if you can hear me over them. Hopefully you can. All right. Okay, we did that. What we got over here?
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies?
What have you
before-
got?
Whatever you want. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for
My stuff
weapon?
doesn't come from the... Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more
Let's see
than
what you've got.
You bet,
Come on.
Commander.
Come on. All right. I wanted to see if he has any armor. Spectre Master Gear prototypes. Damage per second. I want to see about the Scorpion for. Oh, Mercenary. That's the one I want. Do you have any Mercenary? I don't think he does. I'm trying to get everybody. That's my goal at some point. Get everybody on the team the Mercenary armor. So I gotta figure out where I can get that from. Goodness, I got a lot of money. Okay. I don't think any guns he has are gonna be better than any gun I have. Oh, that actually is significantly better. What is this? A 10? Damage per. Okay, so damage goes up considerably. Heat sink capacity. All right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and buy this. What else you got? Lancer, sniper rifle, view comparison. Nah, it's not. But yeah, I do got that one sniper. That's fine. Shotgun, nah. Yeah, the assault rifle just got that new one. Pistol, nope, not better. What is this? A heavy human. That's still Scorpion. I keep thinking, okay, yeah, I need to get. I wish you could put in like request. I don't even know if this will. Yeah, I could get that. I need to be able to put like a request in for things. Hey, can you get me some of this? That would be pretty fire. That's something else that should go in the game. They should be like add like a It'd be cool if they added like you have a requisition officer on your ship, and you can put in requests for certain things like, can you find me this armor, or find me this thing in the game? That would be cool. All right, one more person to talk to, and then we can get this show on the road.
Yes, Commander?
Then
Is there something you need?
I should go.
The
Goodbye, Commander.
Chakwas, fire, side character. I think it would be cool though to have other races in the game that you can play. I don't know why they wouldn't do
I
that.
never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind. I definitely would like to see. I think it would be cool to play other races in Mass Effect 5, but I'm wondering if the problem, and maybe this is fucks in terms of the Mass Effect team for BioWare, if it's just simpler to focus on one character from one race. Because I guess it probably wouldn't work well because you're building, because it's a voice character, and Commander Shepard is this is a choice game and stuff like that, but it's definitely more along the lines of like a normal single player game where it's like this character is defined. You can customize how they look and some of the choices, but you don't have complete. It's not like a unvoiced character like in a Bethesda game, like a Starfield or a Skyrim or something like that, where you can just like or fall out and like really just build that character out and have a whole like role playing experience with it. You are Commander Shepard and you can make some choices, but it's like limited. So that might be hard to do if you have Commander Shepard be in every race, and because it almost feels like you would have to make a unique character. So it'd be like, what is it? They probably would let you play a console races. So it'd probably be Asari, human, Turian, Solarian, and maybe even Krogan. No, and then maybe even Quarians. So even some non console races per se. Those like the 6 main. I doubt they would have you play as a Batarian. Way too many political implications to have to factor in for you to be able to play as a Batarian. So it has to be the humanoid characters because they can't be having you play as an Elcor and stuff like that. It just wouldn't work probably from a game mechanic standpoint, or Volus or any of those type of species. But what was I saying with that? Yeah, I think that would be kind of cool. I think it would be cool, but the problem probably is you have to consider the cultures that those characters come from. It really would be like Dragon Age Origins, but Dragon Age Origins works because the character's not voiced, and it's easier to probably put all that stuff into for text base, and they're not a strong lead character. You know, it's not a strong lead, and if you try to take that away from Mass Effect, you might lose something, because I think that's what makes Mass Effect Mass Effect. Mass Effect is similar as Mass Effect and Dragon Age are in some ways in terms of decisions and choices. They're very different in terms of what they are, in terms of execution. So I think that you have to have that strong lead character. So that's probably going to be that's the only thing I think Shepard, they did such a good job with Shepard. The writer didn't seem to work that well. So I don't know what you do. You got to come up with a new strong character who's also going to have to deal with being, if we're going to play a human alliance member, and then especially if they're also a part of the N7 program. I mean, maybe they'll open up some different, I'll say factions within the alliance that you can play as. Because that's kind of how Andromeda did it, and you had like different backgrounds, but it didn't really matter because you just are a part of the what do you call it, the Andromeda initiative Pathfinder team. So your background didn't really matter. So maybe they'll do that. Maybe they make some kind of special task force or something that you're a part of, and you lead that group. So we'll see if Mass Effect 5 even happens. We're just speculating. It seems like it's going for it, but I don't know.
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
That felt a little strong. You just met this lady. I trust you. We'll do that later.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
We'll dig into it more later. You gotta be careful with Liara, because if you're not trying to have a romance relationship with her, it seems so easy to get into one. Like I think when I feel like I said, I've played this game so many times, but this particular character was the last character I went all the way through the Legendary Edition with, and I kind of fell into a relationship with Liara. I didn't even remember trying to pursue it, so I selected some option and was like, whoops. So I just kind of like, all right, well, we'll just go ahead and do that.
I prefer gold to silver, for my medal. I think you'd recommend me for one, since I
this is such a strong cast too.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours. Fun.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
How's the Normandy performing?
She's the best ship. Balances. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander.
I like to know my crew.
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the
Joker's so
same thing
funny.
I told the captain.
Man, so
You
paranoid
want
for no
me
reason.
as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even top of my class in flight school. I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know?
Him and Rex.
Oh,
Dang.
crap.
These guys
Okay,
not trying to
I've
talk.
got Vrolik syndrome.
But then become
brittle
some of your
bone
best
disease.
friends in the
bones in
game.
my legs never develop properly. They're even with crutches. And put the Normandy in my hands, and I'll make her dance.
It was
for
wild.
her. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless you like.
He
the
has
sound
like,
of snapping shin bone.
he has bad leg bones or whatever. Say crutches don't even embrace don't help. I know it must have been a game development thing. This game is old, so I'm not trying to comfort the developers at all when I'm saying this. I'm just saying though, from a story standpoint, it's so funny when you're in Mass Effect 2 and you have to start playing as Joker and trying to run away from the collectors when they get on board. It's like, I thought this man couldn't walk, and he just limping slow. I get it. It probably would have been a whole thing to build in the mechanics for him to have to be like on crutches and do this whole thing. So hopefully, if they do which I'm sure they will, if they do a TV show that's based off the Normandy crew, that would be a cool way to go into it. Oh, and the cool way to go into it.
I have to go.
It would be good if they emphasize that and make sure that you see that he's he's not just limping, but he's actually can't walk around and stuff like that without crutches of some sort. All right, who do I want to take on this mission? From a story standpoint, I don't really know that it matters too much because I don't think anything really happens. We've been rolling with Tali. A biotic might be nice. I could also go Rex. Do I ever bring Rex on this mission? I think I had him on the last one. Let's go Liara. We're going to go heavy on it, but I will bring her on on Novaria. I don't think I ever bring Caden for this one. And I haven't brought him yet. I kind of want to roll with Rex, honestly. I don't know if I ever brought Rex on this mission before. Yeah, we'll do this. I don't think I've ever brought Tali either. All right, let's roll with this. And we'll level up people some more. All right. Oh, they kind of. So yeah, I had. So she doesn't have it, but we are matching color-wise. Everybody.
The commanding officer is ashore.
All right, let's do it.
Presley has the deck.
All right, let's save. Normandy deck. Start of mission. We'll just do this. Okay. I should have saved while I was on the Normandy, but I forgot to do that. David Talakani.
We saw your ship. Fidan wants to speak with you immediately.
He can wait.
Who's Fidan?
He's our leader. He needs your help to prepare for the Geth. They're making another push. Please, up the stairs past the freighter. Take cover!
Dying. That dude just popped out of nowhere. Dang. That man got the I didn't equip my new gun. That man got the Jenkins treatment. Bam. Yeah, let's go ahead and equip. Transfer my stuff to it. Let me make sure. Yes, I need to make sure I upgrade y'all. He's got the right assault rifle. Shotgun is not right. But I think Tali, let me make sure I'm going to prioritize Tali on shotgun first, though. I usually have her. I really fight Rex should be. Well, she has a good shotgun. I don't think she has training for assault rifles. So let's switch back to Rex, get him a good shotty. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this one. One power. All right. I don't think he's gonna use this. I think she does. Use pistols, I think. I'll check here in a second. Omni tool. How do I have all the same thing? Med recharge bonus, tech cooldown. Yeah, we need a tech cooldown bonus because she needs to use tech stuff. Okay. Light quarrying. That's not better. Yeah, he has mercenary 1 armor. I gotta get some better armor for him. Titan 9. I might have to put his new armor on. We'll see how he does. If he starts dying a lot, because I am playing on. Yeah, I might need to swap it and. Okay, because I don't want him to get messed up out here. I'm gonna have to get him some upgraded mercenary armor. Dang. Oh, I also gotta make sure squad points. Okay, cool. You guys are good. Pistols or shotguns. Okay, yeah, I didn't level up his shotguns at all. So we'll leave him on assault rifle. What are you doing with the sniper, Tylee? Talivaz. My favorite is when she becomes Talivaz Normandy. Alright, let me see. Let me throw some. Yeah, oh. Man, this is the only thing. I gotta remember between game to game which thing does what. I don't think I got it over there. Oops, my bad, right? Alright, we good? As much as I want to play on Insanity, we'll see how it goes, but this game is just so clunky when it comes to the gameplay that we might end up switching it up. Going back to hardcore. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna go Adrenaline Rush. Go in commando style. What we got? Tally should be eating up on this. Get her a shield boost. We'll have him go overkill. I'm probably gonna switch overkill right now too. Plow through these dudes really quick. Alright, cool. I know that I'm pretty sure that's incendiary ammo. It does seem to do well on synthetics too. I thought I would have seen us more of it works better for humans. Or what do they call it? Not humans. They say what's the word? For something that's organic. Yeah. Oh man, I do not like these the stalkers. And it's like my thing is like it's not that they're hard to they are hard because they just jump around. Like I can't really do nothing. It's the difficulty. It seems to be a gameplay issue more so than skill. But that's just my personal complaint.
Head to the tunnels. Make sure
All right, we good? Everybody chilling?
What if I find Geth there? Are you saying you won't go?
Those Geth are bloody dangerous.
Why is everybody still so? I thought. Okay, we chilling now, right? If we don't die, all right. I gotta talk to Fidan first. That's why no one's talking to me.
I fear the Geth will kill us all.
Yeah, that's right. I gotta. Can I even do this? Freighter crane controls.
This work must be completed.
All right. Well, let's go talk to the head person. Get this rocking and rolling. Where is he?
The Geth are mounting another attack.
Where you at, Fidan? All right. Get the mission there. This is nothing in here? Okay. I didn't even notice on the map it actually shows you. I wasn't paying any attention to that at all. Okay. Well, we still got some. Okay, here he is.
Oh, Commander. I'm glad they finally sent somebody to help us.
You're a bit late, aren't you?
Arcelia. Sorry, Commander. Everyone's on edge since...
Watch out!
Watch out. You're a bit late, aren't you?
Protect the heart of the colony!
I'm like, well, it's not my fault. Even if you no, they think that Shepard was sent here to help them, but he wasn't. Even if I was, it's like, oh, she has over use Carnage. And then let's go ahead and switch back to Overdrive. Overdrive does. Let's go ahead and roll up. I should be switching to shotgun. That's alright. Alright. Yeah. I should have Carnage. Yep.
Shields received.
There we go. Nice. I definitely see that it's important to use like all your like heavy stuff to really just like I don't think it's like I'm so leveled up. I don't think that they're like necessarily doing crazy damage to me, but I do need to have I gotta pay more attention to like damage to them, if that makes sense. Immunity. Looks like I take more damage. Just roll up and just kind of be tanky, really. Which does work out in this game, I'll say that. I'm not sure what the best class would be in Mass Effect, but I'm going to probably assume it's I'm going to assume it's probably Vanguard. I don't know if it's Vanguard Mass Effect 1. We're going the wrong way. Man, I'm just exploring right now, Rex. He said we're going the wrong way.
Oh god, they're everywhere.
What the heck? Well, look, there's people down here, so that must not be that wrong of a way. I don't even know what the heck that column is doing down here by herself anyway. All right, Tally, I'm gonna need you to do your thing. Is this where I was at already? Where am I? Huh.
If you wish me to follow, I will, Commander. But we are headed the wrong way.
But I definitely could go this way later in the game, I guess. I guess they don't want me to do it right now. That's probably why. Because you definitely can come down. There's stuff that happens down here, but I'm probably coming too soon. They got to give me the missions and everything, I suppose. If you want me to follow, I will, but we are heading the wrong way. I probably should have did it anyway, but it's fine. I don't know, things might not unlock or be unlocked yet or whatever. Where am I even supposed to be going? I have no clue. Am I going the right way now? This thing, it looks so familiar that... Do I go back? All right, I'm confused now. I don't think I've ever been this lost on this before. All right, I'm back in. So am I done now?
Protect the heart of the...
We've got Geth in the tower.
Okay. All right, well, I'm back where I was. And I did just kill the Geth in the tower. So where am I supposed to be going? I don't know. Oh, go up. See, he did say you're going into a tower. I really just... It's so weird. Like, I've played the game so many times. Like, I feel so, like I don't really remember how this stuff goes. But I can say I haven't really played this game that recently, so... Going first. The shots off. Alright, let me switch. We're going shotgun. Where they at? Whoa. What in the world is happening? Okay. Oh, man. I didn't realize that many guys were in there. I didn't realize there was that many guys. And sorry, I should not have just ran in there like that. Okay. Let's try that again. Oh, how far back is it going to take me? I don't even know. I think we're going to break this one up into parts because I forgot how long this map is. And as much as I would like to just do the whole mission at once, okay, we gotta do some stuff. I think I gotta break this up because there is a lot that happens on this map, and there's like a lot of side missions that I know I'm gonna want to do. Hit him with 2 carnages. Oh, she hacked it. All right, we gotta kill it though, because it's going crazy. All right, what we got up here? But yeah, one of the things. So I kind of was talking about the TV. I was talking about Mass Effect 5 before. I don't know if I was talking about the TV show per se, but one of the things that I would like to see them do in the TV show, assuming that they go with Commander Shepard, like if we're going with the events of Mass Effect 1, assuming that's what we're doing, I actually would like to see a little bit of backstory for Commander Shepard. Like if they pick one and because they're gonna have to pick one of Shepard's storylines to be canon. Because I don't know how you would handle that otherwise. So whichever one they pick to be canon, I actually wouldn't mind the show starting that way. That, or we have 2, like either that or it starts with Captain Anderson and showing him failing to become the first human Spectre to set up Shepard. Like that would be kind of cool, and we kind of get some like backstory on that. And I know that there is a book that touches on that. I never read that book, but maybe I will at some point. But there's a book that touches on the mission that Captain Anderson kind of talks about that he went on with Saren that messed things up for him. All right, let's go ahead and switch up. Dang, it takes forever to swap. I wish there's like a way to speed up gun changing. Let me switch to my sniper actually. All right, Tal, you're gonna need to throw some powers or something. Where is it? You got it? All right, cool. What the heck? Just got back up. That's the only thing I don't like about this sniper. It's heavy, but I don't know that it's very damage wise. It's like impact. It has like good impact. Oh, we gotta take this gas destroyer out. Some things are no joke. Better hurry up. Alright. But yeah, I think that would be a kind of cool way to start it. And then I guess it could like a little parallel storyline, but you know. I guess, and I kind of think if they're gonna go with the like the show being that way, I would just really build up the Normandy crew as well. If it's like gonna be based off, the Geth will be back. Update. Okay. I think I would focus on. Let me do a save here. I think I would focus on the Normandy crew and really building up that cast to that way we really care, because I think that's gonna help the show be successful, because that's what I think the strongest point in the games honestly is the Normandy crew. Like you really care about those characters and just really help us buy into this show if it goes in that direction. It could be, which probably it will, because I just don't see them making a whole I don't see them making an entire show for Mass Effect and going the Fallout route with it. Fallout did it well. Like, you know, you just pick a point in the storyline and just roll with it. Which way I need to go back? I don't know. You just pick a point in the story and just roll with it. But I think that, yeah, is this the right way? I think that because it's Mass Effect and Commander Shepard is tied so closely to it that you gotta go that you gotta go this way with it. You know what I mean? You gotta like focus on Commander Shepard. I just in the Normandy crew and really build that up. My thing is that I just think it's gonna be tough because I don't know what the solution is because of how Mass Effect is. Like Commander Shepard is such a defined character, but then also different for everyone who plays them. You know what I mean? So it's like one of those where you really can't do. I guess you have to. You really can't do whatever you want. In a way, you have to build it up in a way where people are okay with it, and I guess you gotta hope people are fine with accepting that this is just gonna be a different, storyline. This is not the way I'm supposed to be going right now. I want to go back and talk to them, get like the lay of the land, figure everything out, and then we can do those other missions. But yeah, so that's kind of and I guess the first season of the show would just really just take focus on the events of Mass Effect 1. But there's so many other political elements and societal things that you can touch on that I think would be really cool. I definitely think that you could 100% do a Mass Effect story and set in the universe of Mass Effect, and it doesn't have to necessarily be about Commander Shepard. But I just don't know how. You gotta be super creative because you don't have a blueprint to go off of, in my opinion. So I'm like, what do you come up with? You gotta make some new character that's interesting enough to follow and watch and care about, because I would assume that the backdrop of the Reapers and all that's going to play into it. And then if you aren't following Commander Shepard, that means Commander Shepard is a character that exists in this TV show, but not the main character. So it's curious. I mean, it'd be interesting to see. I just doubt that they're going to not go the Mass Effect route. Now, the Commander Shepard route as the main character. And I assume they're going to follow the games. Now, which version of Commander Shepard you go with, I don't know. I don't know that you can go full Renegade Shepard. Maybe you could, but I don't know. You can make Shepard male or female. Shepard could be any race, honestly. It doesn't, you could make Shepard based off of the canon, like the basic John Shepard build and look. You could do that, which I guess is the safe way to go. But I honestly, if I had to bet, I kind of think that FemShep might be the way. But what they might do is to try to decide, if you're making a show for Mass Effect fans, then they'll probably go with what most people chose. But if they're just making a show to make a show, you really can do whatever you want. And you can kind of mold Shepard to be however. Shepard just has to be the hero. That's the only thing. So, I mean, you really could go FemShep. I probably would lean that they probably would do FemShep. And then all the other characters are easy in terms of you have a blueprint, to go off of. And those other characters have to be very, very strong. And Commander Shepard has to be strong too, because I guess really Commander Shepard can kind of get away with not being super interesting. I don't know. I was like, they can kind of get away with being super interesting because of all the things that Shepard does. And I guess if all the other characters are super strong and developed and fleshed out, that might help, Almost kind of like Smallville. Like if anyone has ever seen Smallville, you got Superman Clark Kent becoming, this is like his journey to becoming Superman. So, you're watching him develop and grow as a character. But what really makes Smallville work to me is the setting and all the things that go around Superman. Because it's not like, there is character development, but it's not like, the character that Smallville built of Clark Kent is super, I wouldn't say it's the most like astounding character ever made, but it works for that show. And this is Superman, this is, Superman, he's becoming Superman. but it has such a strong cast of other characters and villains and the things that go with it. I almost think if you go that route, like almost make the Mass Effect TV show like a following the exploits of the Normandy crew. That might be a strong way to go. Like I probably would lean that way if I was gonna make a show about it, because I would making it just Shepard's story would be kind of tough to me because of the game. I mean, maybe I'm just saying that because I know how the game is, and I'm like, well, I don't, I think that, but I think what makes Mass Effect, even the game, work so well is the Normandy crew, and like all the characters that Shepard affects and has an impact on to some degree. In the Mass Effect 3, you really see that play out, especially on the Citadel DLC when you have all the crew together. It's like, oh wow, look at all these people who have been impacted by Shepard and all these people who are like together, and like this crew is just super cool. Like I will put the crew of the Normandy up against really anybody. And most of the characters, I mean, there are some characters that aren't that strong that have been a part of the Normandy crew, but I think that it would be a fun show if you go for it being a fun show. Like I know Mass Effect is darker, and that probably can work for a TV show too, but I probably would lighten it up just slightly. I wouldn't make it like a comical like comedy, but I would lighten it up probably just a little bit, and it would be like this adventure show, but not like jokey. I wouldn't make it like campy and things like that because I don't think it needs to be. But I would just basically some color and vibrance and life to it. Not literally, I just mean stylistically. Like it's because Mass Effect has its moments, its funny beats and things like that. I think that the show can be cool. You just gotta. I think the thing that's the problem is just the Commander Shepard issue. Like, how do you make Commander Shepard? How do you translate that character into the big screen or like the what they call TV show, the silver screen? Is that what they call them? But either way. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it out here, and when we come back next time, we'll pick up here on Pharos and figure out what's going on, get into what is happening with these people, what they need my help for, because there's a lot of stuff to do here on Pharos itself. Then we got to go to a whole nother location that lasts for a while and fight some Geth. Then we got to come back to Pharos and do the whole Thorian situation. So we will be back and do some of those things later on. But hopefully you enjoyed this and some of the topics we touched on. Let me know what you think about, what would you want to see in a Mass Effect TV show? And I also want to know from you guys what some of your favorite Shepard builds are. I think I tend to lean Soldier, but I know Vanguard's a really good one. People like Bod. I never really play as any of the tech ones, like the Infiltrator. I might want to do that one day. But yeah, some of the stuff we touched on. Oh yeah, and also what you like to see in the next Mass Effect game. But anyways, that's it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And until next time, peace.